Hi everyone, Rachel from Evelynandpeter here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make my super easy market mitts pattern. These are really fast fingerless gloves that you can whip up in probably under half an hour. I offer this pattern in adult sizes, child, and toddler sizes, and for this video I'm going to be following along with the adult size. So to make your mittens, you're going to need 1 skein of Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick yarn. It's a super bulky weight of 6 yarn, and I'm using the color Marble. You're also going to need a 9mm or N size crochet hook. So to get started, you're going to need to begin with a slip knot. Wrap the yarn around your 2 fingers, loosen it just a little bit, and stick the long end of the yarn through the loop and pull, and then insert your hook and pull tightly to secure. Once you have your slip knot made, you're going to begin with a chain 8, and this is the bottom of the mitten, so you'll be making the ribbing right here. So to chain 8, just yarn over and pull the yarn through the loop on your hook. Yarn over and pull it through. Yarn over, pull through, and you're going to do this a total of 8 times. So after you've made your chain 8, we're going to continue by working single crochets back across the row. So you're going to skip the chain that's closest to the hook and work your first single crochet in the chain next to it. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. That's 1 single crochet made. Insert your hook into the chain next to it, pull, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops. You're going to continue this all the way down your row of chains until you've made 7 single crochet. Once you've reached the end of the row, we're going to go ahead and turn and start our second row. So you need to chain 1 and turn your work. And now we're going to be working single crochets in the back loop only of this row. So you can see the little V's along the top of your stitches. You're not going to insert it into the front stitch and the back stitch as usual, but you're just going to stick it into the back loop only. Yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both, and that's 1 single crochet in the back loop made. You can do this all the way across the row, so make sure you're sticking it in the loop furthest from you when you make your single crochet. This gives it a nice ribbing effect and helps make your cuff be a little bit more stretchy to fit on over your hand. Once you've made it all the way to the end of the row, you can go ahead and double check your stitch count. Be sure that you have 7 single crochet, and then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work so that we can begin row 3. So for row 3, we're going to be doing the exact same thing that we did in row 2. You'll be working single crochets in the back loop only all the way across your row. So again, be sure that you are only putting your hook in the loop that's furthest away from you instead of under both loops like you would in a normal single crochet. So once you reach the end of that row, you're going to chain 1 and turn. Your stitch count will stay the same, and for row 4 you'll be doing the exact same thing, working single crochet in the back loop only. And you want to repeat this for a total of 15 rows. So at the end of this you should have a total of 15 rows, and it creates this nice stretchy ribbing that you see here. So double check and make sure that you have a total of 15 rows before continuing. So once you complete your ribbing, we want to slip stitch it together to join and form the cuff. And to do that, you're going to fold your ribbing in half, and then we're going to be slip stitching the first and last row together. So for this, I like to work my hook in the outer loop only from my last row. So instead of the back loop that's furthest from you, you're going to chain 1 and then insert your hook into the loop closest to you. So there should only be 2 loops on your hook, and then insert it into the bottom of the chain from the first row, yarn over and pull through the first row, the last row, and the loop on your hook. So again, insert your hook into the loop that's closest to you, and then through the bottom of the chain from your first row, and pull through all the loops. Insert in, pull through all 3 loops, and basically you're just slip stitching across to join. You could do it through both the front loop and the back loop of your last row, and it doesn't really make too much of a difference. However, I like doing it in the one closest to me because I feel like it makes a nicer look to the ribbing when you turn it inside out, and it helps disguise the seam a little bit more. So your cuff should be complete, and you should have done a total of 7 slip stitches across. You can double check and make sure it fits. And what you want to do next is just remove your hook, and then you can see that this is the seam right here that we just made, and it's on the outside. And we just want to flip our work so that now it's hidden on the inside. So just turn your work correct side out. And then now we will begin by starting the main portion of the mitten. So for round 1, we're going to be working our single crochets evenly around the cuff that you just made. To do that, you need to chain 1. The chain 1 does not count as a stitch, and then you will be working your single crochets evenly around into the end of the rows of the cuff that you created. So the rows 1 through 15 that you made to create the cuff, you want to work 1 single crochet into the end of each one of those. And it's not too important where you insert your hook. If you're not exactly sure where the end of the row is, don't worry. As long as you end up with the correct amount of stitches at the end of the round, you'll be fine. So just make sure you try and spread them out evenly around, and you should end up with a total of 15 single crochet by the end of this round. And when you get to the end of the round, you'll want to join your last stitch to the first stitch with a slip stitch. To do that, you just want to insert your hook into the first stitch made, yarn over, and pull that yarn through that stitch and through the loop on your hook. So now we're going to be starting on round 2, and for round 2, you're going to chain 2, and that chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So the first double crochet will go right into that stitch where your chain is. So to make a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's 1 double crochet made. You're going to do this in each stitch around. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 2 double crochet. You're going to do this each stitch around for a total of 15 double crochet. Once you've made your 15 double crochet, you want to slip stitch to the first double crochet to join. So just insert your hook under the 2 loops of the first double crochet made, yarn over, pull through the stitch, and pull through the loop on your hook. Now you've joined your round, and you're going to repeat the same thing for rounds 3 and 4. So you'll want to make 2 more rounds doing double crochet around. So again, start with your chain 2, and then work your first double crochet into the same stitch and work 14 more double crochet all the way around until you get back to the beginning. At this point, you should have rounds 1 through 4 complete. So 1 round of single crochet and 3 rounds of double crochet. And now I'm going to show you guys how to work the thumb hole round. So for round 5, you're going to chain 2 and work a double crochet into the first stitch. And then you're going to work a double crochet in each stitch around until you reach the last 3 stitches. So work a total of 12 double crochet and leave the last 3 stitches unworked. So you can see now that I've worked 12 double crochet and I have 3 stitches left unworked. You're not going to work a double crochet into these. You're going to skip them and create the thumb hole. So to do that, you just want to chain 3. And then instead of working your stitches in it like normal, you're going to skip all 3 stitches and just slip stitch into the very first double crochet of the round. So skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, insert your hook into the first stitch that you made, yarn over, pull through the stitch, and pull through the loop on your hook. To start round 6, you're going to chain 2 and then work 1 double crochet in each stitch around until you reach the chain 3 space of your thumb hole. So at this point, you should have 12 double crochet made, and now you've reached the thumb hole from the previous round. You're going to work your double crochet into this hole. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You want to do this 3 times for a total of 3 double crochet into the thumb hole and a total of 15 double crochet for the round. Once you've made 3 double crochet into the thumb hole, just slip stitch to the first double crochet of the round to join. To begin round 7, you're going to chain 2 and then work 1 double crochet in each stitch around. So you should end with a total of 15 double crochet. Once you've made all your stitches, you can go ahead and join your last stitch to the first stitch made with a slip stitch. And for round 8, very simple, we're just going to be working a slip stitch in each stitch around. So insert your hook into the next stitch, then yarn over, pull your yarn through the stitch and through the loop on your hook. You're going to do that all the way around for a total of 15 slip stitches. Once you've finished round 8, your right mitt is complete. you can go ahead and cut your yarn and then weave in the tail of your yarn on the inside of your mitten. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to work the left mitt now. So you can see on the right one, it leaves a slight seam along the inside. And so I'm gonna show you how to adjust that for your left hand so that the mittens are identical. So your left mitten is exactly the same as the right side for the cuff in rounds 1 through 4. The differences start in round 5. The thumb hole is slightly different, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So you should be beginning round 5 of your left mitt. You want to start with a chain 6. So chain 6, and then you're going to skip the first 3 stitches of the row below. So count 3 stitches, skip each one of them, and work your first double crochet into the 4th stitch of the row. And that creates the thumb hole for the left mitt. So to finish this round, you're going to go ahead and work 1 double crochet in each remaining stitch. So when you get to the back around to the beginning, you should have a total of 12 double crochet. So now you should have 12 double crochet, and you're going to want to slip stitch to join to finish off the round. So the chain 6 at the beginning of the round, count 3 chains up and insert your hook into that 3rd chain to slip stitch to join. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through the chain, and pull through the loop on your hook. Now you've completed the round and you can start the next one. So to begin the next round, you're going to chain 2. And then just like you did on the right mitt, you're going to want to work 3 double crochet into your thumb hole. So your first double crochet will be made into the thumb hole, and then work 2 more double crochet into that same hole. So you have a total of 3, and then you're going to continue around like normal and just work your double crochet into each stitch around for a total of 15 double crochet. And once you get to the end of the round, go ahead and slip stitch to the very first double crochet you made to join. So once you're done with that, rounds 7 and 8 of the left mitt are exactly the same as your right mitt. So go ahead and work 1 more round of double crochet and 1 more round of slip stitch. You can see that the seams are now evenly aligned down the center of the mitt. And that's it. I hope you guys like them.